Pause. Hello, how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Let's get on today's video. Now, on today's video, we are going to be looking at Mihlali Ndamase. Yes. And before you think I am making this video to bash her, that is not the case. So you can relax, sit back, and enjoy the whole video. Now, we're going to be reporting on Mihlali Ndamase and the public statement that Musa Khawula wrote about her. We're also going to be looking at that. Now, my channel is not to criticize or to bash anyone, but it is more of uplifting each other, growing together. It's more of a learning curve where we learn from other people's mistakes and see and look at the possible solutions to whatever issue that we are reporting on. Because what is the use of reporting on issues when you are not looking at possible solutions, right? So my channel is a learning curve. Obviously, I do give my opinions on topics that I engage in and give constructive criticism. But the point of this channel is to grow together and do better in life. Now, let me just quickly read the public statement that Musa Khawula wrote about Mihlali. It reads as follows. Meets the very married George, who is employed as a general manager at the Eagles View Rehabilitation Centre in Rudaport. Earlier this year, Mihlali was admitted at Eagles View Rehabilitation Centre for drug-related issues and is said to have received very special and personal care from George. Now, I don't know this ongoing beef between Musa Khawula and Mihlali, how it's gonna end and when it's gonna end. But I think I saw a video of Mihlali admitting that she has been in a rehabilitation center. If I'm not too mistaken, yes. I think I saw a video of her. Now, Mihlali has been criticized and judged by different people, and I think it's enough to last her a lifetime. So I'm not going to add to that list of judging her. But we're going to be looking at the broader perspective on this one. And I'm just going to give two advices that I think are important, especially that Mihlali is taking this big step in her life. And while on that note, I also saw that Mihlali opened a boutique. Congratulations to her. Now, Mihlali opened a very nice boutique at the Mark in Sandton. The store name is called Treasury by Mihlali Ndamase. And guys, the dresses, they look amazing. You just can see by the interior of the store that it screams luxury, classy, and expensive. I think girl put her A game on this one, and congratulations to her again. I'm really happy that she's making this move. Now, you also have to bear in mind that this is a good thing and it's part of giving back to the community in as much as it is a store and it's selling. But we have to see the good in it, that Mihlali opened employment opportunities for young people, because she's not selling these dresses all by herself. There are people who are employed, and as a country we have an ongoing rise rate of unemployment. So I think this was a beautiful, smart move, and I just wish her nothing but the best. Now let's look back and let's backtrack a little bit so that we can get a full context on this. Now, when I saw this news of her opening a boutique, and she obviously shared this news by herself that she opened a boutique. On a marketing perspective, guys, I have to know that I did marketing at school, so what I'm about to say, it's not because of jealousy or downgrading or saying bad things, but it's on marketing perspective. Now, you have to bear in mind that in the past 3 years, Mihlali has been followed by scandals, of allegedly being involved with multiple married men, jumping from one married man to another. Now, those were not speculations, because there would be pictures, there would be receipts of showing that this is indeed true, So on that note, I think that did ruin her public image in a way, and a lot of followers, they unfollowed her because of that reason. So in the past 3 years, Mihlali has not been in good books, in people's good books. She has been followed by negative bad publicity, right? She has created, she has tainted her public image in a way. So when I looked at this, I was like, snap. I don't think it was a good idea for her to be a face of her boutique. Maybe she could have been like presented herself as an ambassador of a store. It is a store and that's not going to change. But I honestly think that she should have presented herself as an ambassador of the store. Now, to simplify this, I want you to make a quick example here so that you will get the point that this is not coming from a bad place and a place of criticizing and judging, but that of a marketing perspective. Now, this is a quick scenario that I'm going to make to you guys so that you can get the point. There is a person who is called a bad debtor. What is a bad debtor? A bad debtor is someone who makes debt and is unable to pay those debts. Now, that person is given a name, that of a bad debtor. Now, a person who's a bad debtor has a bad record, a bad record of paying, right? Which shows that this person, they can make a debt, but they are unable to pay. Now, tell me that if that person goes to the bank and they ask for a loan of maybe 10,000 rands, do you think a loan, the bank would give someone who is a bad debtor a loan? Exactly my point. The bank is not going to give you a loan because when they do a background check, that is very important. Especially a background check is very important. That is why I say in my videos that the decisions that you make, they have a long-term impact on your life. No matter how small or young you were, they are going to impact you one way or the other. Now, the bank would do a background check and see that, oh, no, you are not good at paying. You make debts, you make loans, but you don't pay back. So we are not going to be able to give you a loan. Now, coming back to the case of Mihlali Ndamase, when I said that I don't think that she should have been the face of a boutique, but I think she should have presented herself as an ambassador of the boutique, right? Because Mihlali, in as much as she has had a public reputation or image, she is still working with certain brands in her life. As long as she's not part of it, people will still go and support. So a lot of people, when I was looking at the comment section, some people were congratulating her, but some people were like, nope, we're not going to support her. We are not going to support a home. You get the point. And a lot of people, now when you think of Mihlali, I want you to ask yourself, when you think of Mihlali Ndamase, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? I am not discrediting Mihlali for her hard work. Mihlali has put effort and hard work in building her empire, and that is a very beautiful thing. But also Mihlali is a human being. She has made mistakes in the past, and those mistakes, unfortunately, when you are a public figure, there's no privacy for you. So all your dirty laundries are gonna be shown to the public and to the entire world, right? So I think that this is gonna affect her business one way or the other. I'm not saying that people are not gonna support her, but I honestly think that her bad public image is somehow going to affect her business, right? So what is the possible solution to that? Number one, I think it's rebuilding trust. Rebuilding trust, it takes time, but if you are consistent on it, it is going to be a well done project. When you are a business person, it is very important to build trust to your customers. In as much as you are selling to them, they have to trust you, because people are not going to buy your products, no matter how good it is, if they don't trust you. Now, when you look at Mihlali, with the bad public image that she has had for the past 3 years, how many people would look at Mihlali and say, I just want to support Mihlali? It's not going to be a lot of people. So that is where this rebuilding trust comes in. I think, Mihlali, you should start considering rebuilding trust with people on all levels. What does that look like? Giving back to the community. I've never heard of a single report stating that Mihlali is giving back to the community. Maybe I'm not following her and I don't know what's up with her, but because this thing is trending and Musa Khawula wrote about it, It is out everywhere. But I've never seen a picture of Mihlali giving back to the community. Now, I think, baby girl, this is the time where you up your game. Now, taking a good step of going and seeking help, that is a first good step that you took. The second step I think that you should take is rebuilding the trust of people that you broke. Now, I am not saying that I'm perfect. You are not perfect either, but we learn from our mistakes. So I think that you have to start rebuilding people's trust so that they trust you again. That is very important, especially now that you are in this business industry. And when you are in this business industry, you need to be trusted by the people that you are selling your products to. So a lot of women who are married, they are skeptical to buy at your store, at your boutique. So you have a target market, and I'm sure your target market is also people who are women who are married. So you have to ask yourself, do they trust me? And someone might say, how does clothes and trust meet? They meet because clothes are what? They are a product. And a person who is married, they are coming to buy a product. They need to know that, can we trust you? Can I come with my friend? Can I come with my husband? Can I come with so and so to buy at your boutique? That is where trust comes in. You have to rebuild that department again. Now, you have to acknowledge the elephant in the room, acknowledge your mistakes, and you will do better, mama. I think you are going to be okay, and you are just going to keep on driving high. But you have to really consider the rebuilding part. That is very important. Start rebuilding people's trust, and transparency is a key here. Be open about what you're doing and don't be afraid to address the elephant in the room. If people are skeptical, show them that you can be trusted. That is, I think, the first important thing that you should do. And I think it is very important to also showcase your expertise. Mihlali is very good at this makeup thing. I think part of giving back would be her hosting maybe free classes. It could be like maybe she could spare 2 hours of her time and go teach people online on how to do makeup without charging them. That is part of giving back. Giving back is very good for business, especially when you are a business person and you want to go far. You are opt to give back. That's how you gain trust. Second of all is that you are a public figure and you're trying to bounce back. You've got to be ready for criticism because they are coming your way. I want you to develop a thick skin and don't let the haters to get you down. Focus on your tribe, the people who believe in you and your brand. That is what you are supposed to do. And I think that you seeking help and going to that rehabilitation center, it is a big sign that shows that you want to make something for yourself and you are going big. So I'm not making this video to discourage you, but more to really help you to rebuild your image, because I see that you are taking a step forward, and I think baby steps are the best steps. So it will take time, but in time you will see that it's gonna work. And lastly, celebrate small wins and don't get discouraged by setbacks. You are building a reputation, okay? And that is not an easy feat. Keep grinding and the support will follow. That is very important for you, especially now that you've opened a store and what happened has happened. Okay, I want you to focus on rebuilding that image and gaining trust from people, and it is very important. Everything will fall into place as time goes by. Anyway, guys, do let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you on my next upload.